Hi, my name's Alan Robinson. I'm the managing partner of the Boca Raton office of Hamilton Group Funding. I've been getting a lot of questions recently regarding condominium financing, and I think that's probably because the values of homes have gone up and the condominiums seem to be a little bit more affordable. So I thought I'd put this 3 or 4 minute video together to help explain condo lending. And this is not only for myself, it's a general overview of what's going on. So firstly, there's my contact information up there. If I don't cover something you're interested in, uh, just give me a call because obviously can't go over everything in 3 or 4 minutes. So here we go. Condos. Most of condominium buying in Florida seems to be cash transactions. However, there are circumstances when the buyer cannot pay cash or doesn't want to pay cash, so that's when the financing comes in. Keep in mind also that if you do a cash transaction, there's nothing to say you can't refinance and recapture the cash that you put into the property or a portion of it after closing. We call that delayed financing. So in any case, let's get started. Legal condo versus HOA or fee simple. I can't tell you how many times I get calls from clients and realtors that say, I'm looking at this house and it's not a house, it's a condo. Or I'm looking at this condo and it's not a condo, it's an attached PUD. So here's the story there. You want to make sure that the property you're looking at is legally a condo. When you look at the legal description, does it say condo versus an attached PUD, basically meaning that you own the land underneath your property versus a condo where you don't own the land underneath your property. You can't tell by looking at a property. You physically have to look at the legal description. Number two, VA. VA does have an approved list of condos. It is larger than the FHA approved list of condos. So if you'd like to, you can call me. I could give you the list, or we can look it up by county or by city. But VA approved condos do allow for 100% financing. FHA is next. FHA does have an approved list of condos also. If the property's on FHA's approved list, you could put 3.5% down and do an FHA loan. Keep in mind there are very few FHA approved properties in Florida. Full review. Full review means that you're going to fill out a 2-page questionnaire. We're going to get a list of documents, the budgets, the condo docs, uh, a 2-page questionnaire versus a 1-page. Most condominiums in Florida cannot get through the full review process. Something's wrong. Inadequate insurance, not enough reserves, too many residents delinquent on their homeowner's fee, etc., etc. So you can see full review is very difficult. That's if you're going to put less than 25% down, you have to do a full review. We do most of our business in this area right here, which is called limited review. The things we care about on limited review and can't get around is litigation and also number of renters, percentage of renters in a community. Other than that, limited review will get the job done. 25% down for owner occupied, 30% down for second homes, and we do not have a limited review for investment property. If for whatever reason we can't go full review, we can't go limited review, it's not FHA or VA approved, there is a section called non-warrantable condos. That's for unusual, unique things. Not all condominiums can get done, but if you have something that doesn't fit in the top 4 areas, then let's talk about non-warrantable condos. We mentioned up on the limited review side some of the things that we're interested in as lenders, and to be honest, you might be interested in it also as a buyer and or as a seller's listing agent or as a buyer's agent, things that you should be asking right up front during the process so you don't get any big surprises. Why take a financed offer if you're a listing agent when you know the community has 85% rentals? It's not going to get through. On the other hand, you have litigation. If the condominium is the plaintiff versus the defendant, you're okay, let's rock and roll. On the other hand, if the community is being sued, if it's a substantial lawsuit and there could be losses to the condominium, it may not be financeable at this time. So that's obviously, you got to talk about that, think about that up front when you're doing the listing and or you're making an offer as a buyer's agent. We are going to look at reserves. If you are doing a full review, we're not going to talk about reserves if you're doing a limited review. Master insurance seems to be a lot of issues out there with the big lenders on co-insurance. Most mortgage broker, mortgage bankers are okay with co-insurance. A lot of the big national lenders, the household names, which I won't mention, but you guys know who they are, they typically have an issue with co-insurance. So you might as well ask that question up front if you're a buyer's agent or if you're a listing agent of the homeowner. Last but not least, delinquent owners. You want to make sure what the percentage is of delinquent homeowners, and obviously that's an issue because if there's too many delinquent owners, there could be a problem with the community and or there could be a special assessment coming. So it's something to be considered. I just thought of one thing too, up here on the full review, what happens is we do check to see if a community is on the do not lend list. If it is, then obviously nobody can lend there for whatever reason. And there is a approved condominium list that has been recently fully reviewed. So that may be an alternative for lower down payments, and they've already done the heavy lifting by having the full review done. I think that covers mainly the bullet points. If there's more detail or depth you need, just let me know. I'd be glad to pre-approve or pre-qualify any of the buyers that you might be working with or any of the seller communities that you're working with. Anytime, my contact information, as we said, up here to the side. So if you need me, just give me a shout or give me a text or send me an email. I'll be glad to help. Have a great day.